You've heard the speeches, you've seen the flags, but have you felt the silence before the anthem? Have you heard the cries beneath the soil of Zambia visuals? A lone black and white image of a chained man fades into slow-motion footage of the Zambian flag rising. Subtle heartbeat and wind audio. This is not just about independence. This is about the battle for a soul, a people stolen, broken, and awakened. But before borders, before the British, there was a land of rivers, kings, and warriors. Focus on kingdoms like Barotseland, Lolozi, Bemba, Ngoni, and Chewa. Explain the deep spiritual connection Zambians had with nature, community, and ancestral lineage. They ruled not through conquest, but through kinship. Through drum and dreams, then, the silence was broken by iron. Foreign tongues spoke of trade, but what they traded were people. Portuguese and Arab slave traders arrived via the Mozambique coast, pushing inland through modern-day Zambia. The villages attacked and children were taken. Chiefs were manipulated with guns and beads. From the valleys of the Zambezi to the hills of Luapula, entire bloodlines were erased. Show ghostly imagery of slave routes, nighttime raids, chains glinting in the dark. In the 1890s, Cecil Rhodes's company took over the region, calling it Northern Rhodesia. Biasak exploits copper and land while installing puppet chiefs. They didn't just take land, they took names. They renamed people as property. Forced labor on copper mines, racial segregation, and missionary indoctrination followed. But every time a drum is silenced, somewhere, another starts to beat. Godwin Mbikusita Lewanika, early nationalist in Barotseland, advocated for African rights in the early 20th century. Main independence architect, Kenneth Kaunda, originally a school teacher and preacher's son, influenced by Gandhi and nonviolent resistance, formed Zambia African National Congress, ZNC, in 1910 and in 1958, later banned. Founded United National Independence Party, UNIP, in 1959. He didn't carry a gun, he carried truth. And truth is a weapon colonizers fear most. The colonizer counted mines and profits, but he forgot to count the people's rage. Show civil resistance, protests, secret organizing in churches and villages. Kaunda was imprisoned in 1959, but this only amplified his voice. They put him in a cell, but outside, a nation was breaking through its chains. The British were forced to allow multiracial elections in 1962. On October 24, 1964, the world watched a flag rise, but only Zambia felt the weight of what it took to lift it. Kaunda was elected the first president of Zambia. Footage of crowds cheering, drums beating, tears flowing. But this was not the end. It was the first breath of a wounded child learning to walk again. Land inequality remained. Tribal tensions surfaced. Economic instability began. So what is freedom? If your mind still kneels to your master's mirror, what is independence if your wealth still leaves with foreign hands? Before the flag rose, the people bled, but they also believed. Montage of today's Zambia. Youth dancing, elders remembering, copper mines still running. This is not just history. This is memory. This is medicine. And this is your story too. Tell us, what does liberation mean to you? Like if this story awakens something in you. Subscribe for more untold African history, philosophy, and truth-seeking films. Because the flag is just the beginning. The soul must rise too.